You may be seated. Good afternoon and welcome to the 150th commencement exercises of Eaton Community Schools. At this time, I would like to recognize some of our distinguished guests that we have with us today. When your name is called, please stand to be recognized. Mr. Parker, Superintendent. Mrs. Imhoff, Assistant Superintendent. Mr. Dirth, High School Assistant Principal. High School Guidance Counselor, Mrs. Perry. And High School Guidance Counselor, Ms. McAllister. I'd also like to welcome the School Treasurer, Mrs. Tate. And I'd like to thank our school board for the work that they do for the students and staff of Eaton Community Schools. They are Mrs. Noble, School Board President. Mr. Beagley, Vice President. School Board Member, Mr. Durham. School Board Member, Mr. Myers. And School Board Member, Mr. Parks. We did have some staff with us today assisting with the tickets and the assigned seating. I would like to thank them and also thank the faculty and staff for the work that they have done the past 4 years to help get these graduates to where they are today. So thank you, staff of Eaton High School. I'd like to welcome the distinguished class of 2021. You are the reason why we are here. First off, congratulations and welcome to your commencement ceremony. Looking back and thinking, just 4 years ago, you were entering the high school for freshman focus night that first time, and to see where you are now is truly exciting. It's a reminder of how quickly time goes by and what can happen in 4 years. As a class, you have spent many hours doing homework, preparing for tests. Some of you have earned driver's license. Many of you have competed in athletic competitions, band and choir concerts and contests, FFA events. You participated in homecoming and prom activities. Many of you have worked jobs, made college visits, and talked to military recruiters. Obviously, we all had to adjust to the times of a pandemic, and somehow, some of you even found time to pull off a senior prank. And we all gather here today to celebrate your graduation. Hopefully, you have learned many lessons the past 4 years and not just lessons in the classroom. I encourage you to continue to work hard, learn many new things, and apply that knowledge. It is exciting to see what you will do as you move into adulthood. The class of 2021 has worked hard to put themselves in a position to be successful moving forward. There are 158 seniors. 86 seniors are attending college, with 67 attending a 4-year university, 19 plan to attend a 2-year. 5 students have enlisted in the military. 1 student is going to do a 9-month mission trip to Africa. 42 students are joining the workforce, and 8 students are still undecided, and that's okay too. The senior class accepted approximately $1.6 million in total scholarships from universities and local scholarships, and this class will be attending 36 different colleges and universities. Congratulations. Not only are they hard workers, they are some great kids too. I was asked to share a letter from a parent with a student that is graduating today. The letter says, "Terry and I would like to recognize and thank Ms. Shira, because without her loving and caring support for Joey, we would not be here today. We would like to take a moment and say thank you to the students, teachers, staff, and parents of Eaton High School for the tolerance and acceptance of people with different needs and abilities. As parents of a special needs child, words cannot describe how much it has meant to us that you have made him a member of your class, that he is not an outsider, but he is accepted as your equal. He has felt included as part of the community in a way that no one else has done. These parents would like to say from the bottom of their heart that they're very proud to tell everyone that their son attended Eaton High School. They also say, as you start a new chapter, always remember to show the same caring, support, and kindness that you showed Joey to other individuals that you encounter throughout your journey in life. So when you look back on memories, they hope that it puts a smile on your face, knowing that you made this little boy that is now a young man feel loved, special, and most of all, no different than a friend and a classmate. Once again, they would like, from the bottom of their heart, to thank you and say congratulations to the graduating class of 2021, and it is signed Don McNutt Parks and Terry Parks. One very proud mom and dad. And I think we can all agree that Joey has made an impact on our lives too, throughout the past 4 years of high school, and you guys attended school with him way before that. So congratulations, great job. Keep that same message moving forward. At this time, I would like to recognize parents, relatives, and friends of the graduates. I would like to thank the parents for entrusting in us the past 4 years, your child, and also like to thank you for your patience and support the past year and a half. Would the parents of graduates please stand at this time to be recognized? I would like to ask the graduates singing the national anthem and leading the Pledge of Allegiance to please come forward and join me on stage. The graduates singing the national anthem today are Colton Shanafelt, Mercedes Welcome, and Jenna Wheeler. Also the graduates. I'd also like those graduates that have made the commitment to enlist in the military to join us on stage right now. These individuals are to be commended for their dedication to the protection of our country. At this time, I would like to ask everyone to please rise for the singing of the national anthem and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You may be seated. At this time, I would like to introduce Superintendent Mr. Jeff Parker to the podium.
Thank you, Mr. Couch. I really struggled this year. I don't know why, in trying to put something together and special, because it's always special this time of year, but we all know it's been a little bit different. But what I ultimately decided was to kind of go back to normal, because that's where we're heading, where we want to go. So I want to welcome everybody to the graduation ceremony for the class of 2021. This is the 150th graduation exercise for Eaton High School, which means the first graduating class from Eaton High School was in 1872. Think about that, 1872. And in trying to research and do some things to maybe tie that together, I'll be honest with you, I didn't find a whole lot exciting that happened in 1872. There were some things, but I didn't think it was good enough for this. I looked at people who were born in 1854 that would have been 18 in 1872. There was a couple. Oscar Wilde was born that year, George Eastman, but nobody real exciting was born. But still, to think about Eaton High School's first graduating class was in 1872, and there's been 150 graduating classes. So that's a lot of classes. And even though I didn't find things particularly interesting back at that time, it's still a lot of history and a lot of tradition that has walked through the schools and the hallways of Eaton. So speaking of history and tradition, first of all, I'm pretty sure that we don't have any of the 4 members from the original high school graduating class in 1872. I'm pretty sure they're not here. But I know we have a lot of graduates from Eaton High School, from some of those 150 classes, along with some graduates from the Dixon Israel High School classes that also make up a part of our traditions. So I'm sure we have them in the audience. And with that said, I would like anybody who participated in graduates or who are graduates from Dixon Israel High School or Eaton High School, I would like you at this time to stand and remain standing. We know if this was a graduation where we could have more than 6 per graduate here, we'd have a lot more. But graduates of 2021, I believe it is always important for us to remember where it is that we come from. Especially on this weekend, Memorial Day weekend, when we honor those who served in the military and who sacrificed. I still think it's important to remember this is where we come from. You're not here today as Eaton graduates if it's not for the people who came before you. So I think it's very important that we honor them. These alumni that are standing before you helped pave the way to where you are today. These alumni are the reason that it's great to be an eagle, or the reason it was great to be a dragon. So anybody that's a Dixon Israel grad that's here, or son or daughter of them, you know what that means, because that's what Dixon Israel was. They were the dragons. Class of 2021, you're about to be connected eternally with these honored alumni and thousands of other alumni from our community. These alumni are responsible for the traditions that make up our school community. These alumni are the foundation and the cornerstone of Eaton Community Schools. They strengthened the foundation of the Eaton community all those years ago, maybe last year, maybe 50 years ago. They continue to solidify the foundation of our community, our country, and the world, and we thank them. You may be seated. Eaton High School class of 2021, you have strengthened the Eaton Community Schools and the Eaton community. And now it is time for each of you to begin strengthening the foundation of your family, your community, your country, and the world. How you do this will be your choice. It will be influenced by others, including many that are in the audience this afternoon. But make no mistake, it is your choice. Finally, even though today is about the graduates, I believe we have another significant group that we need to thank. I would like to thank the faculty, staff, and administrators of Eaton Community Schools for the influence that they have had on each of these graduates. If you're an employee, I know you didn't think it was going to be like church today, but if you are an employee of Eaton Community Schools, whether it is a teacher, a cook, custodian, bus driver, secretary, aide, or administrator, please stand. Again, in a graduation where we could have more here, we'd have a lot more people standing. But on behalf of these graduates and the Board of Education, I would like to thank all of you for everything that you have done, impacting, influencing, and making your marks on the lives of these young people. Also, on behalf of the Eaton Community Schools and Board of Education and myself, we want to share our deepest appreciation and professional gratitude to these teachers, staff, administrators for how you handled the past 15 months. While the world was turning upside down, you did your very best to provide as much normalcy as possible for these graduates and the other 1,900 Eaton Community School students. How this group of people that are standing and the ones that aren't able to be here today responded during the last 15 months is nothing short of awesome. And again, I know I will be forever grateful. So thank you to you. You may be seated. Eaton graduating class of 2021. I'm going to kind of connect, and I didn't know that letter was going to be read, but I'm going to kind of connect to that letter. My prayer for each and every one of you is that you decide that God, family, country, and treating all human beings, regardless of who they are or where they come from, with the utmost respect. I'm hoping that is what matters most in your life. Your futures are bright, and I'm looking forward to future years to seeing and hearing about the mark you leave on the world. May God bless each of you as you commence this next step in your journey.
Thank you, Mr. Parker. At this time, I would like to introduce the senior class president, Erica Wilkinson.
The first salutatorian is Mallory Deaton. Mallory is the daughter of Matt and Shauna Deaton. She will be attending Miami University to study interior design.
Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, let me say I'm honored to be given the opportunity to speak to all of you today, so thank you. Secondly, I want to say that I'm so proud of each and every one of you for making it to this moment right here. None of us have had the same path to get here. Some of us have had more twists, turns, or hills to climb than others, or maybe even a wooded path we couldn't see through. But regardless, we got through it all together, and for that I'm extremely proud. Approximately 1,460 days ago, we walked out of middle school for the last time, eager to take on high school in the fall, eager for Friday night lights, block scheduling, and more freedom. Sometimes I think back to the last day of middle school. The majority of you were celebrating the prospect of high school, or at least summer. I, on the other hand, remember tearing up as we walked the halls of EMS for the 8th grade clap out. It still makes me laugh that I was crying over leaving middle school. I mean, who wants to stay in middle school anyways? So why am I telling you this? Well, I was also excited for high school, don't get me wrong, but I had grown comfortable with my routine in junior high. I didn't want it to change. The reality is, though, change helps us to continue to grow. If we become complacent with where we are, we'll never see our biggest dreams come true. So my greatest hope for you all going forward is that you embrace every situation you find yourself in, good and bad, with courage and with the mindset that no matter what, you have the opportunity to come out of it a better person. Eaton High School class of 2021, I have had a blast growing up with you all. From kindergarten to now, I have enjoyed every second of getting to know you. I'm not sure if you're aware, but High School Musical 3 senior year came out 13 years ago in October of 2008 when we were in kindergarten. And here we are, finally at the ending scene. So, in the slightly modified words of Troy Bolton, once an Eaton Eagle, always an Eaton Eagle.
The next salutatorian is Trinity Eddy. Trinity is the daughter of Andy and Teresa Eddy. She will be attending Indiana University East to study nursing.
Growing up, I never really understood why graduation was so important. Even going into my senior year, I didn't know what the big deal was. I had watched all my older siblings graduate, and most people graduate from high school. It was just another part of life to me, nothing too special. As you can probably guess, I was very wrong about that. It really hit me during the senior clap out. As we walked down the halls of our old schools and looked into our old classrooms, memories came rushing to me, and I realized how most of us have had been a part of Eaton Community Schools our entire lives. The schools had made such an impact on us, and I know for me, I didn't realize how much of an impact. All of those memories and experiences in our school and in this community mattered. The times with our classmates and teachers that we took for granted are what shaped us and helped us grow up. Our second grade best friends, our sports coaches, the teachers who always went the extra mile, and everyone that has been a part of our school journey has impacted us. And the time spent with these people mattered, and it still does. The most important lessons weren't always academic. The most important lessons were the ones about life that we learned by being a part of this school. And a lot of the time we learned them without even realizing it. Whether we wanted to or not, we built a community based off an important aspect of our identities. We are all a part of Eaton's class of 2021. But now for the first time in our lives, we had control over where we go next. All of us going in different directions. College, military, workforce, some close to home or a long plane ride away. But no matter what, we have the lessons that we learned here. And I urge everyone to remember these lessons as you move on. The calculus and chemistry can be useful, but the life experiences we learn from the people here is what we will always remember. They shaped us into the people we are today. And now we can take all of these lessons and do great things because of them. I wish everyone the best, and to every person here who has been a part of our journey at our school, thank you.
The next salutatorian is Lauren Shower. Lauren is the daughter of Chad and Susan Shower. She will be attending the University of South Carolina to study public health.
Good afternoon. My name is Lauren Shower, and I'm honored to be speaking today. I would like to begin by thanking a few people: Mr. Parker, Mr. Couch, Mr. Dirth, Mrs. Perry, Mrs. Dittmer, and members of the board and administration. Thank you for the great planning, flexibility, and dedication that allowed us to remain fully in person during the pandemic this past year, while also ensuring our health and safety. To be able to have our entire senior year in person 5 days a week was a unique gift that not many of our peers across the country got to experience. For that, we are grateful. To the tremendous teachers at EHS, thank you for the incredible work and dedication over the past year. From transitioning to fully virtual classrooms within 2 days last March, to supporting both remote and in-person learners this year, you have truly gone above and beyond for your students. Lastly, to my family, thank you for your constant support and encouragement. I would not be here today without you all. To my fellow graduates, I would like to say congratulations. The last 15 months have been filled with uncertainty and disappointment, but despite the setbacks and challenges, the altered events and new ways of doing things, we have persevered and have finally arrived at this moment, a moment we have talked about for so long. As COVID hit last spring and life began to literally shut down before our eyes, we were hit with what seemed like a lot of loss. Athletic seasons were canceled, prom was canceled, fairs, trips, summer programs, and college visits. Everything we knew as normal was suddenly gone. And in many ways, it was devastating, a terrible end to what was supposed to be one of the best times of our lives. But here's the thing, our generation was literally born out of devastation. On the day my mom went into labor, my parents said the hospital was filled with what the nurses referred to as 9/11 babies. And if you remember, we were that really large class that always had 2 extra teachers follow our grade from the time we were in kindergarten until we landed in junior high. Unfortunately, that tragedy of 9/11 wasn't the only one we would come to know. Following our births, the US spent years battling the Taliban in Iraq and Afghanistan. In 2005, Hurricane Katrina hit, devastating cities and killing more than 1,800 people. Since then, our country and the globe has experienced an alarming number of earthquakes, floods, fires, even tsunamis. The Great Recession in 2008 took a toll on corporations, industries, and countless families. And we watched as school shootings, lockdown drills, and active shooter exercises quickly became our norm with the Virginia Tech, Sandy Hook, and Marjorie Stoneman Douglas shootings. Then came 2020, and the start of a new decade was marked by the arrival of a mysterious virus in China, which rapidly grew into a global pandemic. The world shut down in the blink of an eye as medical professionals worked tirelessly to save lives, yet we lost nearly 3.5 million people around the globe in a span of just 18 months. Depressed yet? I started this year by painting a quote by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. on my senior parking spot, so I thought it was fitting to end the year with a few more of his words of wisdom. We must accept finite disappointment, but we must never lose infinite hope. Let me repeat that. We must accept finite disappointment, but we must never lose infinite hope. Yes, we may have witnessed a lot of tragedies within our lifetime already, but we have also experienced tremendous breakthroughs. The iPhone, introduced in 2007, forever changed our lives with instant access to anything or anyone. It provided the hope and lifeline so many needed throughout COVID. A snap from a friend, a FaceTime with a family member, or a Zoom event with our favorite group. The first African American president and first female vice president of the United States were elected to office, providing hope to millions of kids around the world that they too could be anything they dreamed of, even president. In our short lifetime, there have been extraordinary advances in medicine that surely started as the idea of some hopeful kids. Things like 3D printed body parts and bionic prosthetics, vaccines developed in record time. We have seen the realization of once crazy ideas like self-driving cars, civilians launched into space, and missions to Mars. We have even seen the Chicago Cubs win the World Series. Most importantly, we have seen people come together and show great unity, innovation, and generosity in the face of devastation, grief, and need. As Martin Luther King Jr. said, it is up to us to overcome those limited disappointments that life will undoubtedly hand us, with an unlimited hope for what the future still holds. We are the leaders, the laborers, and the educators of tomorrow. We are the designers of the great fashion trends of the future and the directors of tomorrow's Broadway musicals. We are also the criminologists, cosmetologists, and culinary artists who will inspire and serve others with our skills and talents. The next medical breakthroughs, engineering feats, and scientific discoveries are up to us, as are the small acts of kindness, the demonstrations of empathy, the desire and commitment to do good and to take care of others. Despite the challenges behind us and those we have yet to face, we are all capable of accomplishing amazing things, whatever endeavors we pursue. So, class of 2021, I leave you with this. Whether questioning your own future or the future of our country, whether doubting yourself or doubting humanity, whether you want to make an impact on someone in your inner circle or you dream of changing the world, remain hopeful. Never lose infinite hope. I wish you all the best of luck.
The first valedictorian is Owen Hewitt. Owen is the son of Craig and Bethany Hewitt. He will be attending Miami University to study biology and neuroscience.
Hello, my name is Owen Hewitt, and though my fellow classmates have already shared our appreciation, I feel compelled to formally thank the administration and school board, our teachers, coaches, and families. On behalf of the class of 2021, we are forever grateful for your patience, guidance, and support. We are gathered here today to not only commemorate our time at Eaton High School, but to shift our focus towards our futures. Graduation is a bittersweet moment because we leave behind the safety net of our parents and family, but also eagerly begin the next stages of our lives. And it is with great excitement that we set off into a world of endless possibilities. Looking back at our 13 years at Eaton, we are filled with many memories, both exciting and routine. We have created many friendships, new and old, forged bonds with teammates that will last a lifetime, and shared experiences with classmates. We can all be assured that our time at Eaton High School has well prepared us for our futures that lay ahead, whatever path that may be. We each have something separately important to give to the world, and have confidence that this class of graduates will go on to do great things. I offer a quote from the graduating speech by Matt Henry, class of 1993. May God guide our footsteps and help each of us find a way to build a better tomorrow for our children and our children's children. This year, more than any other, has taught us that tomorrow isn't promised. We cannot always count on the world being kind to us. We have learned to prepare ourselves for detours in the road ahead, for some things are out of our control. But we have also learned that this year we are a resilient group and can overcome adversity. As I stand here looking out to all my friends, I'm filled with memories that have shaped who I've become. We each have taken different paths, but share memories with the graduates around us. And I'm so thankful to have made these memories with you all. Our future holds many more friendships and experiences, and we will continue to develop into our future selves as we follow these paths. But we will forever share the memories of our days at Eaton. I would like to leave you with an anonymous quote. The past is your lesson, the present is your gift, and the future is your motivation. And now, with pride, sadness, and anxiety in our hearts, to you, the faculty, our parents, and our friends, the Eaton High School class of 2021 says thank you and farewell.
The next valedictorian is Kari Metz. Kari is the daughter of Craig and Jan Metz. She will be attending Indiana University to study environmental science.
Hello, my name is Kari Metz, and I just want to say thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak today. I've always been very school-oriented, and I take great pride in my work, but achieving this level of recognition was not easy while being a three-sport varsity athlete and being involved in multiple clubs and activities throughout high school. I was able to accomplish this not only through my hard work, determination, and drive, but also with the constant love and support from my friends, family, and the faculty here at Eaton High School. Thank you to anyone who has helped me grow as a student, as an athlete, and as a person. First and foremost, I'd like to thank my parents, Jan and Craig Metz, for believing in me and for raising me with good character. I wouldn't trade my family for the world, and I wouldn't be on the stage right now without you two, and I love you very much. I'm not done, but I'd also like to thank my brothers, Jonah and Aaron, for always making me laugh and for being two of my best friends. Thank you to my teachers who not only gave me the opportunity to learn, but also the skills to pursue college and adult life. I'd also like to thank my coaches for believing in me and for teaching me to believe in myself as well. Finally, I'd like to thank my classmates and my teammates for becoming my second family and for teaching me the true meaning of friendship. Congratulations to my fellow classmates for graduating. I can't believe how fast time has gone, and it's a bittersweet moment knowing that this is the day that ends our 13-year-long journey together. However, this also marks the beginning of a journey full of independence, self-discovery, and success. This may not seem like a big deal today, but 10, 20, 30, maybe even 40 years from now, you'll look back on this day and remember the people you met, the lessons you learned, and the memories you made. We may be parting ways, but we will always share a special bond as the class of 2021. Thank you all for growing up with me, and I wish you all good luck. Thank you. And now the senior selfie. Thank you.
Thank you, students. Great job. I brought them up Friday so they could kind of see what it looked like up here. That's when they mentioned they got really nervous at that point. All five did a great job today. So let's give them another round of applause. I would like to recognize the distinguished graduates that are receiving an honors diploma. They are wearing the gold tassels today, and in the program they have a carrot by their name. Would the students receiving the honors diploma please stand to be recognized at this time? Thank you. I'd also like to recognize the distinguished graduates that are members of the National Honor Society. They are wearing the gold cord today, and in the program they have a single asterisk by their name. So would the members of the National Honor Society please stand to be recognized? Thank you. As we prepare to present the diplomas, announcing the graduates' names this afternoon will be Mr. Dirth, High School Assistant Principal. We ask that you please do hold your applause until all graduates have been introduced so that the graduates' names can be heard and they can receive the recognition they deserve. At this time, I would like to call Mr. Parker to the podium to certify the class of 2021.
Lisa Noble, President of the Board of Education for Eaton Community Schools, I am pleased to report to you and the rest of the Board of Education members, the seniors seated before us this afternoon, have completed all of the requirements of the State of Ohio and the Eaton Community Schools Board of Education necessary for graduation from this educational institution. Therefore, it is with a great deal of pleasure that I present the graduating class of 2021. Mrs. Noble and Board of Education members of the Eaton Community Schools, you may present the diplomas to the graduates.
Erica Paige Wilkinson. Jacob Allen White. Mallory Renee Deaton. Lauren Dare Shower. Owen Michael Hewitt. Kari Noel Metz. Trinity Elise Eddy. Cheyenne Jean Abner. Ethan Joseph Alderman. Tyler Hilton Ashworth. Jenna Elizabeth Ackerman. Bo Vincent Austin. Madeline Savannah Baker. Brooklyn Murray Barker. Kendall Paige Barton. Kennedy Jane Betker. Dawson Neil Blaylock. John David Bortel III. Sage Garrett Bowman. Carly Monet Bricker. Lexi Marie Brooks. Ryan Edward Brooks. Dawson Lee Brubaker. Rachel Lynn Rose Buckler. Jocelyn Marie Bulak. Ethan David Alexander Burrell. Caleb Lee Kaplinger. Cameron Michael Carroll. Jillian Madison Carroll. Allison Paige Chadwell. Kyla Faith Chappell. Rodney Ray Christian. Jonathan David Clark. Isabella Christine Klinger. Marion Lindley Klopper. Rebecca Jane Clyburn. Kendall Deborah Combs. Brittany Nicole Corwin. Logan Ray Cottle. Nathan Robert Kramer. Michaela Jo Deacon. Mackenzie Renee Delk. James Neil Dossett, Jr. Ashton Edward Lee Durbin. Felix Harold Durham. Jaslyn Jane Elliott. Ainsley May Elstro. Ross Michael Fogel. Caitlin Nicole Ford. Alina Michelle Ford. Madison Paige Fugate. Bradley Gerald Guard. Anne Isabella Garton. Lillian Catherine Jarreau. Jordan Ashley Gibbs. Livy Ann Giffen. Elizabeth Andrea Gonzalez. Trevor Wade Gearing. Helena May Lynn Hall. Kendall Ernest Hamilton. Ellery Catherine Harper. Jeremiah Cole Hauser. Dallas Ryan Hines. Tanner Blaine Hickson. Greta Rochelle Janelle Hounshell. Ethan Isaac Howard. Spencer Daniel Hunt. Isabella Grace Hurd. Adrian Michael Johnson. Alexis Charlotte Kennedy. Kylie Nicole Kidwell. Austin Michael Kopp. Carson Janice Lammers. Justin John Lammers. Sam Henry Lawson. Tyler David Laycox. Cameron Robert Lewis. Heron Clayton Nathaniel Lewis. Michaela Noel Lips. Trevor Frank Long. Eric Chase Lynch. Celeste Marie Mash. Jesse Aaron Markham. Joshua Herbert Martin. Kelly Audrey Mays. Olivia Zoe McCarty. Noah Franklin McClellan. Jacob Thomas McIntosh. Alexis Marie Miller. Gabriel Foster Moravsky. Sophia Ann Murphy. Tess Margaret Murphy. Olivia Sue Myers. Kayla Brianne Noah. Amelia Joyce Northern. Kayleen Marie Pfeiffer. Ethan Hunter Pence. Anthony Joseph Pettit. Joseph Michael Parks. Kylie Renee Pitzinger. Travis Jaden Pittman. Craig Devin Posey. Brooke Lynn Pugh. Emma Marie Pugh. Jack Colton Randall. Emma Marie Rich. Katrina Ann Rich. Chloe Rebecca Richardson. Emily Marie Rourke. Caradwin Irene Salyers. Garrett Michael Sanders. Cameron Daniel Sandifer. Madison Nicole Saweski. Elena Marie Schaefer. Devin Isaac Schmidt. Madison Abigail Schmidt. Hannah Nicole Schneider. Carson Jack Schaefer. Colton Paul Shanafeld. Bo Matthew Shepard. Peyton Lamar Schillingberg. Brianna Elizabeth Smith. Madison Nicole Snelling. Claire Elizabeth Sorrell. Faith Alexis Souter. Tanner Justin Staggs. John Henry Sullivan III. George Edward Swain. Jacob Cy Tackett. Evan Michael Tolliver.
You're my hero!
Abigail Noel Tao. Keith Mitchell Turner. Lance Douglas Unger. Samantha Elizabeth Venable. Grace Marie Waltz. Liam Nickel Wappenstein. Braylee Nicole Ward. Ariana Lene Taylor Watkins. Mercedes Jocelyn Welcome. Jenna Nicole Wheeler. Caitlin Rose White. Kirsten Lene Woods. Jacob Lewis Wright. Joshua Nathan Tyler Wysong. Nathaniel Lee Wysong. Jeffrey Cole Willard.
At this time, I'd like to ask for Jake White, Student Council President, to join me on the podium. Graduates, would you please stand? Jacob is going to lead the class in turning the tassels. And I present to you the class of 2021. Congratulations.